Good morning, everybody, and happy Wednesday. We were streaming to the Discord earlier and didn't realize that I wasn't also streaming to the YouTube. So we're going to try take two of this again. Good morning, everybody. If you're here either in the Discord, which I already said good morning to everybody in the Discord, but if you're here on YouTube as well, go ahead and say what's up. Good morning again to everybody here in Discord. Let me read it off again. Luna Shady, good old Jimmy Boy, Cyrus O'Keefe, Driss, Jim and Stuff, Rhett, Red 5, Sharmad, Space Ghost, Trading Lizard, Trader Page, O'Keefe, Shady Lady, Zone Scalper. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Savage. That was funny. YouTube chat wasn't going so fast, and I was thinking, wow, we're having a very slow morning here. Good morning, Dana. Good morning, Yael, Acri, King Caesar, Juan, Rolando, Carl, Kirk, Jeff, Mike, Jimmy, Future, Mamba. Hey, I love that name. Scott H, Mike, Eddie's Bong, Tally, Wiggly Wombat, Kennedy, Michael, Juan, McNasty, Richard, There by Air, Greg, Salem to H, Shannon, Dana, Samara, Go SPVC, Marcelo, Lenny, Trader Page, Richard, Scott Bro, Ken, Jordy, the Different Trader, Oatmeal, good to see you, Caspers, Travis, Chingo, L Short, Joey, Noah. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Three Lions. Good morning, Mac, Joseph. Good morning, Sir Noodles, Josh. Good morning, good morning. Rips might need a little bit more sleep. Yeah, I'm on about 3 hours of sleep right now. So that's why I didn't start the stream there. Obviously on 3 hours of sleep there. I have the audio from Discord up, but I watched the YouTube channel so I could hear you, but not see. There you go. Well, we're here now. We're here. Good morning, everybody. So how's everybody's morning so far? Anybody take any trades? We had a huge extension here to the top side. And if we compare that to, let me go over to TradingView here. If we look over at TradingView here, we can see that we haven't given back the entire move, but we're pretty darn close here. This rally off the bottom here, very, very strong. And we since extended over this area right now. And we're looking to get back into 834 3/4 there. Why'd you sleep only 3 hours? Sometimes I sleep a few hours and I take naps during the day. Yeah, only really 3 hours of sleep here. You can function on, I like to function as much sleep as possible, but sometimes, 3 hours is just good enough for me, right? Space Ghost only slept 4 nights there. 4 hours. 4 nights. That's a long sleep right there. Yeah, gonna have a great nap at noon. Yeah, I might have a nap as well. So we did have the mortgage applications out, and that's kind of what gave us this little pump to the north side here. We had a big extension there. Through 17,800, we're trading 807 right now in the NQ. S&P, similar story here. S&P's on the up and up as well. But we have a little ground to cover on the S&Ps. It's a little bit more than the NQ. We have to get up to 50, 20 and a half there in the S&Ps. That's where I'd like to see this thing skittering onto the top side here. Today, we do have some important news out. There's a little bit of confusion because of some way that the certain sites are writing about it. But today is the PPI seasonal factor revision. So we're going to get the revisions from December. It's not the fresh PPI read, which is going to be on Friday. So I hope you'll join me on Friday at 8:30 in the morning here. Well, we start at 8, but the print will be at 8:30. So I hope you'll join me for that. That's going to be the January read for the PPI. That's going to be at 8:30 on Friday. My wife doesn't like my naps. The wife's got to love the naps. Come on. Hey, Ribs, do you ever put on a one lot and hold overnight? Yeah, I've done that with XFAs. I've done that with combines. I've done that with the live account. I think I've done it with 3 lots to 5 lots. I don't think I've ever gone more than 5 lots. But I did trade 3 combines on that extension. We are sitting up here $13,558. Copied across 3 combines. So that is more past combines that I'm going to have waiting in the wings so that if I ever blow an XFA account, I can have a fresh XFA waiting. This is something that Coach Dakota taught me, was that if you pass combines, you can pay for them. They're great price, $150 a combine. You pay for them, you pay to pass them, it's $149. And then they just kind of sit there waiting. And if you blow an XFA, you can bring on in a fresh XFA off the bench, so to speak. And you have unlimited time to do this as long as you pay for it. So we passed another 3 combines. I'm going to be trading some more combines here on stream, but hey, it's a good start to the day. It's a great way to go into the day stress-free. I'm going to take a break from trading my live account and trading my XFAs. I think I'm just going to take maybe a 1 day or 2 day break because I've just been trading out of the pocket on those, and I need to get back into my zone. And I think that, if you take a break, that's usually how you can get that process refined. I had 2 back-to-back days where I was up money and then I gave it back and hit maximum daily loss on my live account. And I was trading at times where I shouldn't. Trading when I'm distracted or trading when I'm doing things, I was on Top Step TV yesterday. It's distracting me on Top Step TV. It's probably where I shouldn't be trading max size in my live account. So, hey, Ribs, where do you get your news from? I love the way you trade off of the news. So one of the easiest ways to follow the news is right here on the Trading Economics calendar, right there. And I would use that. But here's where people are confused. On this schedule right here, it says PPI month over month final for December. It's true, but we call that the revisions for December. And this can confuse a lot of people because they think it's the actual PPI print that everybody's stoked for this week, when in fact the real PPI print is coming on Friday. That's for January's read on Friday. We're gonna have a revisional print for that later on. But the big print this week, we had CPI yesterday, of course. If you folks tuned in, that was a tremendous print. Caught us way down to the downside, but we've since given that back. Market just is in infinite bid mode here. We had a lot of folks that went short this market and they've been squozing ever since. We did have some interesting GDP data and some economic data out in the European Union, and that is kind of what has carried the market. So I think that we had some hawkish news coming out for the United States, and then over across the pond, we had a little bit more of a dovish take. So, if we're going to have the Bank of England and if they're going to be relaxing rates sooner, that could convince, our side of the pond to do that in a way. There's a little bit of a contagion effect with that. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about how this kind of plays well with each other. So we're about 20 minutes out from the news here. That's going to be the PPI revisions for December. And again, I don't know if you remember this, but last week prior to the actual CPI print, we had the CPI revisions and everything was revised downwards. So if we see something similar with the PPI print, there's a chance that we could catch a bid. And keep in mind, there's a lot of fuel to that fire because we had so many folks that were going short. You have to understand the psychology that happens when you have a market that is continually going up like this. When it's continuing to grind and continuing to grind, you have folks that are continually trying to short this market. And as the market continues to grind higher, those shorts get in, and then there are short-term shorts that get out. They get in, the price goes up, they lose money, they get out. Now, this isn't just necessarily retail traders. They don't make up a lot of the orders. It's also big institutional funds. And folks have it twisted sometimes where they think that institutional funds are not pitted against each other. This is a zero-sum game where on every side of the trade, there is a winner and there is a loser. And when you have this type of grind up to the north side that we've had over the last few sessions here, a few weeks, few months, and it's been grinding north and grinding north, well, those players that are taking shorter term shorts are getting blown out, and then even the longer term shorts are getting blown out. And when we finally get a day like yesterday where we have news that is finally received and people are trading into that news where it does make sense, where it basically moved all of the Fed fund futures back and saying that we were looking at a rate cut earlier originally we were looking at March. It's not going to happen. Then people were saying May. Now the May rate cuts got pushed back to potentially June or July now. And that was after yesterday's print on CPI, because CPI came in hotter than expected. Not tremendously hot, but it's looking sticky. So the soft landing narrative is a little bit delayed, so to speak. When we're holding this inflation and it starts to get sticky, we run the risk of things bottoming out and rebounding, and even the potential that we go into hyperinflation. But the MBA mortgage applications that were out this morning sort of delayed that factor a little bit, in the sense that we had a very cold print on MBA mortgage applications and refis as well, which is it's definitely what the Fed wants to see, because it means that the economy is cooling off. If not a lot of people are buying and selling homes, it means that rates are too high. Rates need to come down to get that market facilitating and moving around again. So when we have a print like we did yesterday, we have a lot of folks that, again, take that into consideration, that we're grinding higher, grinding higher, grinding higher. Shorts are getting blown out. Shorts are getting blown out. Eventually, we get to that point like yesterday where everybody's trading in the news. And now all of those shorts that have been getting blown out, they say, finally, this is the area where we're topping out of this market. This is where we want to get short. But what happened yesterday towards the close is that all of those shorts are now trapped. And if we continue to grind higher, that's going to be a lot of momentum and fuel to the upside that's going to take us much higher today because we're going to be fueled by those shorts. Now, if the PPI print doesn't come in a way that's favorable for the Fed to cut rates sooner than later, then we'll probably see more downside. We could see this as just a simple relief pump where folks are catching more shorts here, and then we'll skitter to the downside here. So you really have to factor in all of these things. Don't hold a bias going into today's trade. Instead, look at this, that there's a lot of different dynamics that are playing together right now. And you should be looking at a more zoomed out picture of the market, and don't get caught in the weeds where you're so hyper focused on the last 30 minutes of trade or hour of trade. Instead, let's look at the broader picture here, because that's going to tell us the more interesting story here, in my opinion. So that's what we have on deck here. This was the effects of the CPI print in the S&P. We flushed from here, and then we had a small bounce, and then we flushed lower, but then we recovered, and now we're just grinding higher. So you have to imagine shorts right here are trapped, shorts right here are trapped. And if we start to blow out this level and start to get back up above 50, 44 and a half, shorts are going to be extremely trapped, and then we'll probably see capitulation. We'll probably see shorts starting to panic. You'll see that bid to cover, but that's if we get an advantageous PPI read. That's going to be out in 15 minutes here. So that's what I'm looking at, folks. Do me a favor, go ahead and smash that like button if you're enjoying the stream so far. We are giving away a free Top Step Combine today for Valentine's Day. By the way, happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. Hopefully everybody has a Valentine out there. If you don't, I'll be your Valentine. Here's the post. Right now, there's 221 people who are in the giveaway. All you have to do is just retweet the post. Make sure you're following my Twitter account, and then comment, tag 3 friends below the post. That's it. And right now we only have 221 people that are entered into this. So the odds are actually really, really good. Hey, good morning, Moon. How are you up so much? I am up because I traded 3 Top Step Combines and I hit max profit on all of those. And those are going to be passed into XFAs that are going to be waiting on the bench there. Financial Juice doesn't even have that news event listed, Rips. Yeah, that's crazy. That's why I say trading economics. This is the calendar that I would use right here. 60% off is not working. You want to take it all the way to checkout. If it's your very first account, you'll get the deepest discount available. If it's not your first account, you will get the regular rate of $49. Well, it's still discounted from the original prices, $49.99 or $149. Hey, Ribs, how do you know if these shorts haven't capitulated yet already? Yesterday in the last hour, a lot of positive delta came in. How do you know if that wasn't short covering already? You can just look at the volume, and you can look at the delta as well. But there's still not enough volume to support how much we had to the downside here. And again, you can check the delta for that. And I would suggest that we haven't even seen anything close to that. And I think that, again, the trigger point on the S&P would be above 50, 44 and a half to start to see real capitulation and real panic at the bid scale like we talked about yesterday. Same with the NQ here. If we're looking at the S&Ps, we're about to flatten the delta from yesterday, but that still doesn't mean, delta will only tell you so much. That still is not going to give you the full picture. It's a good estimate on things, but if it was, just the full out picture, then, it wouldn't really mean much. You want to take all of these indicators and these things into the contextual picture to kind of guide your trades. There's not going to be one clear shot indicator of like, oh, when the delta goes back to neutral, then we're back to even here and everything's fine. The trades were really easy. I think I took it long at 33s or so, and then just took it right up to the north side there. It was kind of holding at that level there. It was either there, yeah, it was at the 33s, and then took that long and then went up there. What am I trading today? NQ. I understand why a company that sells steak nationwide would trade cattle futures to hedge, stabilize their business. Who's using NQ or ES futures, and how are they using them? It's large funds that are using it to hedge their open positions. So if you have large positions in the Magnificent Seven, you can use NQ as a hedge. However, most large institutions are using the S&P futures to hedge instead, but they're used for hedging. And this is done either regular old futures contracts or they're using the options chain in these futures contracts. Yeah, 13,000 between 3 accounts. That's it. Is the account opening a one-time fee or monthly? So if you're trading on a combine, it is a monthly fee until you pass. Once you pass into the XFA, it's a one-time fee and you never pay again. And you don't have to trade. You can trade as little or as much as you want to. Is there a reason why you don't trade CL or mainly trade NQ? I personally like the movement that NQ offers, and it allows you more opportunities throughout the day. So for me personally, it meshes well with my style. There's a lot of folks who say NQ is a little bit too fast for them. And for those folks, I would recommend trading on the S&P E-mini rather than the NQ E-mini. Crude, I've never really focused on. It's more geared around news events, and it's very news driven, where the type of volatility that I want to trade in crude is sort of out of my control, in the sense that there can be a headline that comes across the board and all of a sudden, crude will start moving. Same thing goes, you can count on when crude inventories are released, there's going to be some volatility around that. But when you're trading the equity futures like the NASDAQ, the Russell, or the S&Ps, you have these planned data releases and they come, all the time. And those volatility events are something that I've trained myself on as a trader. And that's what I like to trade personally. So that's why I focus on equity futures. And there's a lot of different ways that you can track it. And I've found a lot of different ways that work well with my trading style. And I've refined it over the years. I started the S&P and graduated to the NQ. I think newbies should start on the S&P. Yeah, I think the S&P is good. It's nice and slow. And if you're trading on the micros, it's $5 a point. Really, really nice and easy there. It must be difficult to trade live every day. What do you do if you need a holiday? Well, I don't take one. Instead, I provide content every single day for everybody in here. What is hedging, Ribs? So it's reducing the risk of whatever your exposure is in the market. So for instance, if you are in a huge long position in Apple, what you can do to hedge that position would be taking puts. It's basically buying insurance on your position, that if the position goes against you, your puts will make money to offset the downside risk the downside heat that you're going to get from Apple dropping. That's the easiest way to explain what a hedge is. I started on MES, then MNQ before touching the minis. That's the smart thing to do. There you go. DV8 says, good morning, Rips and fam. Still sick, no trading. Well, hopefully you get better soon. Hopefully you don't have what I had. That was like 15 days of misery. It was awful. All right, I'm not a fan of social media, but thanks to you, I now have an excellent Instagram account. However, I have no idea how to tag someone. Just type the @ symbol. You can tag Michael Patak. You can tag Top Step and myself. There's 3 people right there. How do you copy 3 accounts on NinjaTrader? I use Replicanto. Nightbot will copy. We'll give you a link here in just a minute there. What levels am I looking at in the NQ? Well, I do want to see us auctioning above this level, specifically 797 3/4. But we have these trigger point levels. I want to see us, confidently up into this level, and a breakout of that level would see us to the north side there. If we have a breakdown into this level, I want to see a retest and then something down here. And if we were to break that down on a negative PPI print, I'm looking for us to break these lows from yesterday. So that's what I'd be looking at on the NQ today. Just lost my first XFA. I'm sorry to hear that. They're daily buckets. It's okay though. Hopefully, there's some lessons to learn that you can journal about what happened. That's one of the reasons why I'm not trading my live account today, is because I'm out of the pocket. I know I'm out of the pocket and I need a break from trading it. So I think that even if you lost an XFA, there's something that you can learn from that, in the same way that, I had back-to-back losing days in my live account. There's something that I can learn from that. Pump the brakes, cool off, do some adjustments to your trades. Don't keep repeating the same mistakes. Is Friday a big day for news? It is. We're going to have the PPI out for January on Friday. Elman says, are you able to trade with the same strategy across 3 XFA accounts? Absolutely. Yep. I trade copy on 3 XFA accounts. You can't trade copy 3 XFAs plus a live unless you're using something like Quant Tower, I believe, because on NinjaTrader, you're limited to only using 1 rhythmic connection, as far as I know. But yeah, I can only trade 3 XFAs. When we're talking about live money here, I can only trade 3 XFAs or my live account at once. Rips, what are you trading this morning? We're going to be trading NQ. Yael says, thank you, Rips. You're the best. You've changed my trading. Thank you. That's awesome. Hopefully for the better. Just arriving, you're already up 13K. Yeah, it was just trading 3 combines and did that early this morning, around 2 o'clock this morning. Passed my first 2 combines yesterday. Looking forward to getting started my XFAs. Give it up here for JB. For a while, you quit copy trading. What got you back into it? I'll be honest, it's the leaderboard. The leaderboard, because if I can copy trade 3 XFAs, I can get to the top of that leaderboard faster. By the way, I did fall to spot number 52. We're full transparency here. I have no shame if I'm underperforming. And I've been underperforming the last few sessions. Monday and Tuesday, I felt like I really severely underperformed. So that knocked me from 18th down to 52. And I might even be lower now. But I do have some work to do. I'm going to retool the way that I'm approaching the market. And hopefully by the next week, I'll be back swinging higher on the leaderboard. Coach Dakota says, close that short plus 1K in live, holding on to 1 con at 8:05. Good to see you, Coach Dakota. Can we give it up for Coach Dakota here in chat? We're going to have some more streams together, Coach Dakota and I, where we are crushing the markets together. Coach Dakota offers a very different perspective on the markets than I do, and I think that our styles complement one another, and that's why I like trading. That's why I like having Coach Dakota as a teammate, number one, and that's why I like having him as a guest here, number two, and that's why I think he's a fantastic trader. Rips, you're one of the best and a real one out there. Thank you there, Gulam. Appreciate you. Okay, thanks for the answer. I saw on TopSet webpage that says you can have accounts up to 3, but each must use a different strategy. Nope, you read that wrong. You can copy trade on 3 XFAs using whatever strategy you wish. The only thing that you're not allowed to do, and do not ever try to do this, you can't take one XFA and go long on NQ and take another XFA and go short on NQ, or long ES, short NQ. You can't do this hedging crap. That's cheating. They will ban you for the rest of your life, where you'll never be able to use Top Step again. Don't try to game the system. Don't try to do any funny business. If you do anything close to that, you're going to get taken off the platform. They'll never pay you a dime, and they'll say, sorry, you're never allowed here ever again. Is this a good area to get into longs? Well, we are pulling back into this 15-minute fair value gap here. We did bounce there earlier, but I do think that we want to wait for this PPI print, which again, this is going to be coming out in about 4.5 minutes here. The Top Step X5 accounts, if you pass, you'll be able to have 550K XFAs. Nope, you'll have 3, but then you'll have 2 in the wings waiting if you pay for it. And then if you blow an account, it'll come in and replace that blown XFA. Yeah, you can't do a strangle, you can't do a straddle, you can't do any of that stuff. You have to trade the trade in front of you. Don't try any funny business. If you want to get banned from Top Step and never be able to use them again, and then you'll have to use these other sub-rate garbage prop firms where you're going to hate it, then yeah. PPI is on Friday, but we have the PPI revisions coming out here in 4 minutes. It's the PPI revisions. If you do another dual stream, it would be nice if Dakota is awake, sleep deprived. Yeah, I feel right now as tired as Dakota was that stream. I'm very, very tired, but I'm trying to get through it here with the Celsius. We are coming down here, folks, by the way. Would Top Step payouts work the same as a loss as far as drawdown? Excuse me. So on an XFA, if you start with a $0 balance, on a 150K account, you want to get up to 4,500. Your trailing stops at that point. You can make $5,000. It still will say your trailing drawdown is at 0. So if your account goes to 0, then your account is closed. So if you make $1,000 or $2,000 in your XFA, and it's a 150K XFA, and you decide I want to take out 1,000, your drawdown moves to 0 now. So that means you only have $1,000 worth of drawdown. So it's up to you. It's however you want to play it. But for me personally, I want to get that number over 4,500 so that if I take a withdrawal, my drawdown is fixed to 0, because that's what it's going to be anyway. Because remember, there's a trailing drawdown in the XFAs, and once you get above that, it stops trailing at 0. Rips, can you still hedge using 2 different products like short NQ and long ES? No, you can't do that. Do not do that. As far as I know, that's monkey business right there. All right, we are coming down here, folks. We do have about 2.5 minutes until the print. Rich, where do you see the PPI revision? I can't see it, not even on Financial Juice. It's on Trading Economics, and I'll show that to you. This is the calendar that I think everybody should be using. It's very snappy, very quick. It's free to use. It's really nice. Let's see how many folks we have in the giveaway here. This is going to be an easy one to win. We have 258 of you in this giveaway. Only 258 of you. So great odds. 1 in 258 here. Well, less because I'm one of those retweets. So 1 in 257. Just follow those instructions if you want to win a free combine. We'll give that away later on the stream here. Posted that Twitter link there. Money Grows Green. All you have to do, just retweet, like it, comment below, tag 3 people. It could be Michael Patak, Top Step, and myself. Just tag 3 people. Simple. Does Coach Dakota have a chat room? And if yes, how to access it? He's in the Top Step Discord. Let me drop that link for you. Discord.gg, Top Step. Here you go. There it is. That is where you can find Coach Dakota. He teaches a class, I believe, every single night. He does slow markets. If you pass a 50K account, can you upgrade it anytime to a 150? No, unfortunately not. You can't. Because that would be too easy, right? Pass a 50K and be like, all right, now it's a 150. Here we go. No, you have to, whatever you start a combine with is whatever the XFA you'll get. All right, we're inside a minute here, folks, for the PPI and net revisions here. PPI revisions coming out here in about 50 seconds. How do we know if we should trade minis or micros? If you have to ask that question, I would say start on the micros 100%. Don't trade with the minis if you have to ask that question. Trade on the micros to start. All right, 30 seconds, everyone. Is Top Step X available for new combines now? I believe it will be unlocked today for everyone. This is not for a Top Step X giveaway, by the way. This is just for a combine. You can use Ninja Trader, Quant Tower, Tradeabate, whatever you want. This is your pick. This is not exclusive to Top Step X. Top X. 10 seconds, everybody. 10 seconds. And good luck, everyone. Waiting. Any day now, folks. Chair Powell told House Democrats that a stable coin bill may be needed. Interesting. So waiting on this print here. Now I'm starting to feel that somebody's slow on releasing this. Still waiting here. No, I'm not even seeing the print come out. Bloomberg is not giving me anything. It's trending up, so somebody must know something here. Interesting. Well, we are bouncing at that fair value gap. I'm just not seeing the revisions out yet. S&Ps are dead in the water. Jiminy Crickets. Well, I expect... Wait. Nope. Oh, let me reach out here and see what's going on. Still nothing. Revised down 0.2%. Okay. Why am I not seeing that on my news? Very strange. Okay, getting it now. It rose final demand 0.2% from 0.1%. So food and energy revised down to 0.1%. Interesting. Yeah, that's a nothing burger print. I'm just hearing it now. I don't know why they didn't post that. Strange. Very, very interesting there. Maybe it already priced in? No. And I'm just shocked that they're actually not. There we go. Finally. Okay. So the BLS posting this now. So month over month revised lower from 0.1% to 0.2% in the negative. Very underwhelming. I might just need to go to the restroom and just see if we get a bathroom pump or a bathroom dump. That's what I'm thinking at this point. My presence here watching this print, clearly the market makers are watching me. So the moment that I go away, we'll get some activity. How does that sound? Because I want you folks to make some money on this print. Is that fair? What do we think? Bathroom pump, bathroom dump? That's what I think we do. Hold on. We are rising here. Oh, goodness. All right. I'm gonna do a quick restroom break here, folks. Quick restroom break. I'll be right back here. Alrighty, folks, we're back. Looks like we had a little bit of a bathroom flush there. So the PPI print was pretty much a nothing burger. That's the revisions, by the way. We talked about this at the top of the call. Those are the revisions. That is not That's not the main PPI print. The main PPI print is coming out on Friday. It's going to be on at 8:30. That was a nothing down. Oh, good thing some of you folks caught that to the downside, right? Paul says, not feeling that you can have a break from streaming for at least a week. Don't know if it's sustainable. What do you mean? I don't follow. Hey, Ribs, do you think a 5-tick stop loss and a 15-tick take profit is pretty decent for trading the MNQ? No, that's very, very tight. I mean, you'd have to be very specifically choosy on your entries. That's going to be, I mean, you're going to get knocked out pretty often, I'd say, in that. That's extra scalpy there. Hey, Rips, do you think... yeah, I answered that already. Dakota, do you go live every day in the night? Dakota, if you could answer that, that'd be wonderful. Now that you max gained those 3 combines, what are you going to be trading this morning? More combines. I have a lot of combines. I have very many combines. I have... I think I have like 9 or something like that. Buena, Rips el Jefe. Buenos dias, Gaston. Rips went pulled pork on the combines. Oh, that's funny. I have my stop loss around 0.03%, sniping my way into passing the combines, a bit more to go. Hey, if that's working for you, that's amazing, right? Why so many combines? Because, that's what I like to trade on stream here. There's time to time where I trade XFAs. We've traded XFAs on here. We've traded lives on here. But I will tell you, streaming is difficult business, and I do like the lack of stress that I have when I'm trading combines. For me, it's $150 a pop. Psh, whatever, no big deal. And I just like trading them. It's easy for me to trade them, and I like to practice trading those essentially. And if I'm trading my live, I'm pretty vocal about whether or not I'm trading my live. If I'm trading my XFAs, I'm going to tell you, hey, I'm trading my XFAs. But with 2 back-to-back losses in my live account, probably not a good idea for me to be trading live today, right? Knowing yourself is half the battle. If you continue to trade when you're in a bad mindset, or if you continually lose, it can bring you down. So if you don't make adjustments, you're going to continue to go in that downswing. And what I've found is taking a break from trading live is probably going to be your best bet. What's your risk on a daily basis having the 3% availability on your 150K accounts? I don't look at it like that. I look at it that I have a $3,000 drawdown. I like to risk depending on what the situation is. If we are in a very tight scalpy market, like yesterday, you folks saw how I operated in that type of market. It's a very specific type of trade. So I'm going to have more loose risk. I was up, $5,000, $6,000. I drew back down to $5,000. There's a lot of folks out there that can't handle that type of trading, and that's fine. It's the style that I've refined over the years where I can take losses in the midst of that because I know that I can get it back and swing around and do certain things. There's going to be some days where it doesn't work out. All of our styles are different. I know what has worked for me. I've been a consistently profitable trader for years, and I know what has worked for my own style. Everybody's style is different. And so find a style that works for you. If it's on a certain amount of finite risk, that's great. Then do that. For me, it's situational based on what the market conditions are, what the news is coming out, what the range is. There's a lot of different factors. You have to understand we're dealing with an organic thing here. This is a live organism. The markets are a real life organism. It's a real life auction here. And if you're very rigid in your strategy, it might work for you. But I think that you want to be a little bit more fluid in your strategy when you're trading something as organic as the equity futures. Do I use Elliott wave theory? I do not. How's your profit 13K for the day? Did you trade overnight? Can you share what was the trade? Yes, I have shared it a few times, but again, it was just a long trading across 3 copied combined accounts. Can I use an auto bot? Not for Top Step. They don't allow trading bots. So True Rib's style doesn't work for me, but his reads are spot on and help me with how I trade. There you go. Yeah, and that's what I provide this stream for. The reason why I stream is that not so that you can copy what I'm doing, but so you can get a different perspective and watch behind my back, watch over my shoulder what I'm doing and how I'm reading the market. It's a refined style, and it's what's worked for me. If it doesn't work for you, that's fine. We all have different styles. There's no one right way. Cockapro says, Top Step allows trading bots and automation. That's news to me. So there you go. I'm wrong about that. If you want to use trading bots and automation on Top Step, go for it. I had no idea. I've had a psychology issue lately. I was eligible for a payout with $4,500 in my XFA and I didn't take anything. Then I blew the account. Since then, I've struggled with swinging for the fences. Yes, that's a very common problem. Stop trading for a week. Simple as that. Stop trading for a week because all you're going to be doing is trying to fill that hole. The market has no idea that hole exists and you're just going to keep swinging and swinging. Maybe you get lucky, but that's not trading. Rips, is there any previous knowledge needed to learn and understand auction theory? No, but I would recommend those two books, Mind Over Markets and Markets in Profile. If you read those two books, you'll have a good understanding of auction theory. What is DE add on for the clock? I'm not sure. Rips, how do you deal with drawdown, cut risk of next trade per half, or just keep the same risk? How to handle that? Because in my opinion, if we can handle daily drawdown, we're going to be a goat on the market. That's a good, very good question. So, I mean, you want to look at each trade independently, and I'm very much contextual in my trades where I'm looking at what the context of what's going on. There's going to be times, lulls in the market, where I'm going to take heavier risk because we have a lowered range and a slower market, for instance, versus if we have a speedier market, I'm going to take fewer contracts and I'm going to minimize my risk on something like that. If we have a tight scalpy range, I'm going to adjust my style for that. But when you draw down, the thing that I love about Top Step is you have a maximum daily loss limit. And so when you're well out of the weeds on your XFA or on your live account, that maximum daily loss limit is going to save you. So that's what I like to use. That's sort of my backstop in my account. If my account ever goes down to a balance where that's still, it's not, it's too large, I'm going to probably ask Mick to change it, but I don't think I'll ever get there. What was the second book title? It's Mind Over Markets and Markets in Profile. Trading in the Zone is great for psychology. It's one of my favorite psychology books. Do you use top-down analysis? If yes, what is your procedure to do it, please? Starting with the 4-hour, tooling down to the 1 hour, go to the 15-minute or 30, and then 5 and 1. That's generally what you want to be looking at there. So we are coming up. This market is still going infinite bids. We had a refresh of liquidity down towards 769. So I will probably be looking towards the top of the hour to put on a trade here. Went long around 775, just got out for $850 trade. You teach me on keeping cool in a trade. I always get out too early. Thanks for that. Nice work, Different Trader. Way to go. Glad that you folks are finding value in the streams. That's the reason why I do these streams. Micros, so you can ride out the bad entries a bit. Yeah, I mean, micros in when you're trading the micros in the NQ, it's $2 a point. It's $5 a point in the S&P. So especially if you're trading a 150K account, it's a great way to just practice and learn how to hold on to winners for longer. Good morning, bro. Do you know where Andre and Hogue use to monitor positive and negative delta? I use Bookmap, but there's, any of these charting softwares should have it. There might be a plugin for TradingView that could give it to you as well. I got in for the drop and kept adding to my position. Very nice. The bar clock in my Ninja Trader. This is a custom indicator. Which I guess, I should really be getting these indicators released since we have such a demand for them. We'll maybe look into that. We are still working on the add-on for Ninja Trader for doing momentum trading. That is still in the works right now. So hopefully that should be out soon. Would you recommend a 10-tick trailing stop in the NQ? I still think that's too tight. Yeah, I think that's a little bit too tight. And it depends. I mean, if you're in a time of rapid volatility, it's never going to be enough. How do you properly manage sizing on winners? That's a tough thing to do. But if you want to be adding, I don't think that you should be adding into losers. You should always be adding into winners. But you want to try to segment it into multiple trades. For instance, let's go to the 30 seconds so we have a lot of movement here. But we'll go into this. But let's just say that you're long and strong from here, right? You're long and your target is up here, right? This would be a great lesson. You're long one contract from here. Your target is up here because you have this clubhouse level of 797.75. So what you're looking for is that you want to expand on this position and add on a winner. Well, there's a couple different things you can do. Number one, this is your first line of momentum here. It gets to consolidation. There's one thing that you can do, which is adding into momentum. That's a very advanced strategy. It requires that you have a lot of hours in the market. You can understand context because most people will add, and then this little pullback right here. Let's just imagine these are 5-minute candles instead of 30 seconds. But this first pullback here, you might get scared. You might come off the trade, right? So that's not a good thing. So what you want to do is you want to take your trade. This is trade number 1. You want to wait for that consolidation. If you're still confident that this is your target and that target's going to be hit, you're looking for a pullback. Now on this pullback, this is trade 2. You're adding into that. And again, you're looking for this extension. Once you get to this level here, then you have your stop here. You peel off one lot right here, and then your stop would be right there for essentially a little bit better than break even. Your stop would have got it tagged here, but if the extension keeps going, you're trailing your stop up, right? That's how I'd try to be adding into winners. Waiting for consolidation, waiting for a pullback. Imagine these are 5-minute bars. You're waiting for that first pullback to add into because you're not even close to your target yet. That's what I'd be looking at. So that's how I would be looking at adding into a winner or trading that type of style. All right, back to the 15-minute there. Have you got your Stream Deck button set up for the hourly? I do not yet. I do not. I haven't checked in a few weeks, but I'm pretty sure the average rotation in NQ is something like $16. Don't follow you. Not sure. Is there an option in Top Step X to see your trades on a chart? I'm not sure about that. I'm sure there definitely is. If it's not already there, it's definitely going to be coming. So for a stop, you want to stay out of the noise. You'd need a $16 stop. I don't know about that. I don't believe in that kind of finite stuff. 10 points minimum on the NQ, beginning of a New York session needs more. And again, it's contextual. There's going to be times like when you're trading in Globex, there could be a 5-point range for hours. If it's a very slow news day, if there's nothing happening across the pond, there's no, well, when you trade NQ, you always want to use $16 stop. Like that's just not how these things work. We talked about this a little bit. This is an organic thing. There's not a finite magic number that works. What is the difference between the XFA and the live accounts? The XFAs, your orders don't actually hit the market. Your live account, they actually do. You can take payouts just the same on both. All right, folks, let's get this up to 500 likes here. And by the way, that giveaway, there are currently, we have 298 entrants, I believe. Let me just refresh this to make sure. Yeah, 298 entrants. So we'll be giving that account away probably in about 10 or 15 minutes here. That's all you have to do is just retweet, like, and comment. And hopefully somebody that's watching right now is the big winner. I thought Top Step only did micros, or did I read that wrong? You can do micros, you can do minis. You can do both. How impactful will Goolsby be? Goolsby be. I like that. He will have a decent impact. We'll have to see if we have more of the same hawkishness. I believe after that CPI print, they're really going to be walking back those rate cuts to July or so. Did I do it right, Rips? I believe so. I don't use any social media, but good luck to everyone who entered. I'm doing micros because I almost blew up my XFA. That's good. Switching over to micros is just fine. Can we copy your trades in the indices? I don't think that anybody should be copying my trades. Instead, you should be taking what I'm, the trades that I'm taking, looking at what I'm doing. And if you find value in that, then fantastic. If not, then don't watch the stream. Do you think people who got Top Step X yesterday can qualify for Fire Drill today? You can't. If you already got 5 accounts, you can't get 5 more. The 5 accounts is what the max is for that 450 deal. So a lot of people may not have understood tagging a tweet. Yeah. Where must we tag the people for the challenge? Just in the comments. Just write a comment below with tag 3 people. I have a short from 790. Very nice there. Prescient short. Very good. Love y'all. Rips changes lives. XFA funded today. Let's go, Kevin. Nice job. Inflation is here to stay. Stagflation. Yeah, if you look at the inflation chart now, it's soft landing went out the window yesterday. But we still have, 3 or 4 more CPI prints until June? Does Top Step X have mobile capabilities yet? I think you can use it on a browser on your phone, but not a mobile app yet. That's still being provisioned. Why have 5 accounts if you can only have 3 XFAs? Well, if you pass all 5, You can have 3 XFAs to trade, and let's say you lose 2 of them. 2 come in from the bench, and now you have 3 again. Good Lord, are you up 13K? It's in combines. It's combines. Past combines. Nothing really to write home about. I wish it was in my live account. Wish it was in XFAs, but it's in combines. There was some confusion yesterday, too, when I was live on the stream. For some reason, they had it up live that I was up, $9,000. I was up that in my combines, and then I switched over to my live account. I made $4,200, and then I knuckleheaded it away, and I hit max loss on that. Hey, Ribs, I'm Sharmaz from the Discord. If my initial stop loss when I enter a trade is 40 ticks, would that number be used to trail new stop? Or would the trailing be based exclusively in the chart? It's going to follow your position. It's going to follow whenever you put that trailing stop on. So it ticks up, it's going to follow it. It ratchets up as it goes up. Let's see here. Rips, you've taught me so much with fundamentals. The majority of gurus or coaches or whatever you want to call them only use technicals, so thank you. Hey, thank you so much. Appreciate that. What's the criteria to qualify for today's Tops of Free Combine? Just enter the stream. Post it again right here. Just follow those instructions. We'll give it away in about 5-10 minutes here. Regardless if it's combine or something else, your morning trade was very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Why aren't you selling right now? Well, I'm just kind of chilling. I'm big chilling. I'm just relaxing. I want to wait to see what happens around 9 a.m. I'm not a big fan of this chop up here. There's also Goolsby starts speaking at 9:30, and I kind of want to wait for that. I want to take some slower trades today, I think. That's where my head's at. Did you watch Shoulder Tap yesterday? Of course. I was on it. Mick told me to pump the brakes. He said, Rips, you were up 4,200 and then you hit max loss. Pump the brakes. And I'm thinking, Mick, I know. I know I should be pumping the brakes. I should have taken profit. I should have just not traded for the rest of the day. It's difficult, though. It is a very, very difficult thing to trade while reading chat and conversating with a panel and trying to be a gracious guest. It's difficult. It's a lot going on. I would highly recommend that if you're trading in a live account, that you just trade in your own privacy with no distractions. I did have hungry eyes, very much so. Shaw. I had very hungry eyes. I'll be honest. I had very, very hungry eyes. I was trying to get 5 digits. I just, sometimes you go for the glory, but thank goodness they have that max loss. That's all I can say. How can I try your giveaway now? Let me post it again. There we go. There we have it. Ribs, do you think the leaderboard is actually have a negative impact on your psychology? I actually turned a shoulder tap off because it led to some FOMO on my part and it's helped me a lot. I'm a very competitive person, and I've always been competitive in my life. I like to win. I love to win. And I'm a very competitive person. So the leaderboard does drive me, but it does make me do some knuckleheaded things. For instance, yesterday, being up $4,200 and then giving that back. $4,200 is a decent amount of change, right? It's a good addition to my scoreboard. And I was at 18th to start the week, and now I'm probably 50 or 60 or so, somewhere in that range. I'm not down and out, but I'm definitely taking a breather. I have to readjust my thinking. So to answer your question, I think it does a little bit. It's very distracting in a way, but it also being on Top Step TV is somewhat distracting. It's a lot, though. I will get better. I'm a competitive person. I'm going to continue to refine my process, and I'm just going to get better and better. And I know that that's all I can do. I just need to focus on being better. That's it. Drive myself to be better every single day, 1% better than I was the prior day, and push myself as hard as I possibly can. That's my goal, and that's what I'm going to continue doing. Futures are more addictive than crack. I wouldn't know. I have not smoked any crack in my day, but I will say futures are addicting. Morning Rips, is there a way to get the crosshairs to match the two different charts with the same pair but different time frames on NinjaTrader? I don't know if that's available on NinjaTrader. It's available on TradingView. Rips, I really don't have any friends on Twitter I can tag. Any options there? Tag me, tag Michael Patak, and tag Top Step. There you go. How do you know when you graduate from the combine to the XFA? It's when you pass. So on a 150K, it's when you hit $9,000 in profit. You can't hit it in one day. So don't try to make 9,000 a day. It has to be 2 days of 4,500 or whatever, 9 days of $1,000, whatever. If you lose the live account, you lose also the XFA accounts. No, they're separate. They're completely separate. I had XFA accounts create my live account, and then I got 3 more XFAs, and I trade those XFAs. Ribs, can you clear up what the time frame is for the leaderboard? Is that monthly, year to date, or since joining? I'm not exactly sure, to be honest with you. Now that I think about it, I just know that it's probably since the start of the year. I've been grinding since the start of the year. I got my my live account pretty much first or second week of January. I was sick too, so it was it's not, it was a really rough start, and I had a bunch of decent trades over the following weeks after I was sick. And then I just kind of fell out of the pocket for the last few sessions. A buddy of mine asked me a question that made me really think. How many times have you had a green day go red, then multiply the number by my average green day? Really put that into perspective. That's very good. I like that. I started trading on Top Step in July of 2023. So I have had very limited exposure to Top Step in the sense that there's some other folks out there that they've had multiple live accounts. I've only had one. And I've only been trading on Top Step since July. But like I said, I'm going to continue to push myself to get better and better. Hey, Ribs, did you say earlier that you can pass a combine then leave it sitting there without paying the activation fee? You want to pay it. That was my mistake. I had a bunch of combines that were passed, and then I didn't pay the activation fee, and the 30 days came and went. You have 30 days to activate them, but if you just pay that activation fee, if you already have 3 XFAs, it's going to wait off to the side indefinitely. So that's what I would recommend doing if you want to have a bunch of combines waiting in the wings. What did you use before Top Step? Well, I traded options with my own money. And then before that, I traded, more equities, all with my own money. Before that, it was futures with my own money. Before that, equities with my own money. I've always used my own money. I've traded on 2 prop firms. One, I got a $20,000 payout from Apex. Never used them again. And then I switched over to Top Step, and I've only been using Top Step since. You can only have 3 XFAs. Yeah, you can have as many past XFAs as you want, but you can only trade 3, right? If you lose one, they bring on one from the bench. Are any of you having problems with NinjaTrader? Mine won't load. I'm good. NinjaTrader's working just fine for me, so I'm good on that. I'm not having any issues there. Why did you leave Apex? I just didn't like the rules. I didn't like it. Didn't work well with my trading style. I didn't like it. I think Top Step is the closest you'll get to ever trading your own money, and that's just my opinion. I love trading on Top Step because if you can pass combines and you can get into XFAs, it's $400 or $300. It's, what is it? 150. Well, it's 450 for a pack of 3, right? So I always trade a pack of 3, but if you pay $450, you're getting $4,500 a drawdown times 3, right? So that's $13,500 in drawdown for a whopping cost of $450 because your first payout, you get your month of combine costs refunded. So you're paying $450 for $13,500 worth of drawdown. That to me is an amazing deal if you can trade. Why am I so transparent? Seems suspicious because we don't have enough of it in this industry. We just need more of it. Did you ask Michael Patak why they only have 3 accounts compared to 20 accounts? I just think it's a matter of principle. I think that, maybe we'll see an increase in that this year, maybe to 5 or something. But I think 3 is plenty. You can take, if you're trading 150K accounts, you can trade a 45 contract position. That's an extraordinary amount of risk, especially in the NQ. If you're trading a 45 contract position, look at the numbers here. Let's just say that you took max size here. You saw this bottoming out and you took this from 676 and you let this run all the way up to this level, which was 797. So let's just say you didn't get perfect fills. We'll say you got it from 790 all the way to 680. That's 110 handles. You're trading 45 contracts. That's 3 XFAs copied and you're getting $20. You made $100,000. $100,000. Is that not enough money for you? $100,000 on one extension right there. Now, I didn't take that. I would have loved to, but is $99,000. Not enough money to make in a span of 23 to 6 hours. I mean, $100,000 for 6 hours is a pretty good rate. That seems pretty darn good. Where does the misconception come from that with futures you can't enter a position at the market price and exit minutes later? I've never heard that before. I've never heard that in my life. If Apex works for you, trade Apex. If Top Step works for you, trade Top Step. Period. Bingo. There you go. You nailed it. Yeah, I think that a lot of people don't realize, how much you can make on this stuff. If you went max size here, you would let's just say that you went long on this breakout candle, right? You went long right here. Your stop's here, 15 contracts in each XFA. So you're getting that thing from 680s and you're riding it all the way to 790s. So from here to here, if you get that trade, 45 contracts, which is 15 contracts per XFA, that is $100,000 right there. $100,000. That's a decent amount of money, right? That's a decent amount of money. And in 6 hours, 6 hour trade there. Come on. What's the deal, right? Just takes one trade. That can make your year for some people. No one's riding a max trade that long. Be realistic, man. I disagree. I completely disagree with that. 100% disagree with that. I'm not trading the live today. Peace, Skynet. For those asking about the hourly high-low indicator, I built it in TradingView. Can provide lifetime access for a little donation. Thank you. Apex's and Top Steps rules are very similar. Which part didn't you like? The trailing drawdown, interposition trailing drawdown is just crap, in my opinion. Make a trade like that in the XFA. Hopefully Top Step copied it. There you go. Has a 50K cap for the XFA hurt your gains? No, never. Seeing two rejections on the 30-minute chart on NQES and the Dow. Do you think shorts are finally going to work out, Rips? Well, I mean, we'll have to see what Goolsby says here in about 26 minutes when the market opens. Yeah, trailing drawdown is insane on those other companies. It's not my vibe. Not my vibe at all. All righty, here we go. Let's see. We have 348 of you in the giveaway. We are past 9 a.m., so I think that we are going to do the giveaway here. Let me go ahead and load this up. Good luck, everybody. Going to get this all loaded up here. And let's see, this is going to be here. Cool. Getting this all set up on my end. And that should be good. All right. All right, 294 of you qualify. Anybody who didn't follow me doesn't qualify there. So get this all suited up here. Got our entries loaded. All right, it's loading up here. All right, everybody, let's do the draw. Good luck to all of you. There's no woofing for this one, by the way. I don't know why everybody's typing woof all of a sudden. There is woofing. Who started the woof trade? Oh my goodness. Maybe we'll have to do a woof trade after this. All right. Well, Bark, here you go. I don't think Thomas Barkin is speaking today, mind you. I think he's later in the week. Let's see. Goolsby, Mary Daly, Raphael Bostic. I don't see Barkin. All right, congratulations to everybody who's typing woof. I don't know why, but I hope it makes you all feel better. All right, folks, here we go. We're drawing in 5, 4, 3, 2, and DC Trades. Are you here in the chat? DC Trades, are you here? Let's see. Let's see if you follow the rules. Checking. You do follow me. Let's see if you... Yeah, you did it. Hey, give it up for DC Trades here. Congratulations, DC Trades. You followed all the rules. That was easy. Cool. I'm going to message you right now. Congrats. Free combine. Please send me your first and last name. Please. There you go. So hopefully you're watching there, DC Trades. Hopefully you're watching. There you go. And if you ever want to qualify for future giveaways, it's very simple. Just follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. That's where I post all the information of how you can win a free combine just like that, just like DC Trades over here. And you can be the next big winner. We're going to be doing another giveaway on Friday, which is going to be in 2 days. Be giving away potentially a free year of Clubhouse. Now, we are very close, by the way. We are very, very close to hitting 10,000 subs here on the YouTube channel. So I do appreciate it if you can hit that thumbs up button, of course. Make sure you are subscribed to the stream and your notifications turned on, because when we get to 10,000 subs, I'm going to give one lucky person a free year of Clubhouse. There you go. How many words per minute do you type? Last time I checked, it's like 120 or so. Been on computer for a very long time. Hey, Ribs, I have 3 combines. If I get the 450 deal, will that cancel my existing accounts? No. You could have 2,000 combines if you want. You can have 400,000 combines if you want. There's no limit to the amount of combines that you can have. So keep in mind, you folks, if when you're done tuning in here after we trade this open together, let's see, DC Trades is responding back here. Let's see if they're sweet. Congratulations, Dylan. He says, this made my day. Thank you, Rips. That makes me feel good. If you're here in chat, please identify yourself in the YouTube chat here, DC Trades, if you are here. Learned keyboarding in high school, mandatory class my high school made students take. I'm so glad they did. Yeah, a lot better than cursive. I don't know if you folks ever had to do cursive handwriting. Not a lot of fun. So yeah, a free year of Clubhouse when we hit 10,000 subs. I'm thinking that we could probably hit that this week or next week. So please make sure you are subscribed there. Let me go ahead and get this giveaway out so that they can get that free combine sooner than later here. Been playing a lot of bullet chess lately. Been having a good time doing that. Love bullet chess. Anybody else out there play bullet? It's amazing. It is good stuff here. All right, let's see. Got to get this out. Here we go. Get this all sent out here. Today's winner. Here we go. Boom. There we go. All right, DC Trades. You're going to be stocked, locked, and loaded there. You should host a tournament. Could be fun. Yeah, that would be cool. Hey, there we go. Bullet. Rapid. Yeah, I like Rapid. I like Bullet. Bullet's crazy fun. I love it. It's good for your reaction time, right? Gets you. It's a great warm-up, too, playing that. If you do Bullet at like 1 o'clock in the morning, right when you get up. But maybe you're not getting up at 1. I guess that's kind of a ridiculous thing to say. Probably not a lot of folks getting up at 1. How do you copy trade on TopStep X? That's a good question. So can somebody help out T. Charles here for copying on TopStep X? Former systems engineer over here. I could hear the speed of that keyboard slap. Did we get to 500 likes yet? Because I will run a poll if we get to 500 likes. Oh my goodness, we're way over that. Let's go ahead and run a poll here. Let's see. That is the NQ end of the day. Up or down, up, down, and then we'll do don't have a clue. There we go. Bingo, bango. Go ahead and vote. It is anonymous, so please vote with honesty. That's the NQ end of the day. Right now, the NQ is up 0.5%, just over 0.5% here. There we have it. We're all good. DC Trades just messaged me. Did I reply too late? They're worried. It's coming. Look out for an email from TopStep. There we go. Rips running the poll. I smell only trades. Carl, I believe that you are one of the funniest people in our chat. And I see you over in TopStep TV chatting. If you ever see me reading the chat on TopStep TV and I'm not saying anything and I just start busting out laughing, it's usually because I'm reading Carl. Because he saes the funniest things in chat. trying to maintain composure, have a serious conversation over there. And Carl's coming in through with the knee slappers there. How many words? I think about 120, maybe 130. Does the 60% off link still work? Yeah, especially if it's your first one. You get an even deeper discount on your first one. Up $55. Nice work there, Richard. Yeah, we're kind of just chopping around here. I mean, this is a scalpy range. I'd like to see if we get something clean here off the open. I want to be very docile in my trading today. See if we can be adaptive to the market and look for a bigger picture trade. Maybe we won't have the opportunity. Maybe the market will chop around, but we'll do the best with what we can. We'll try our best. We will try our best. What is 9 to 5 when you could just wake up and automatically make money? Exactly. Yeah, I do think, though, with trading, you want to have a supplementary income aside from trading because it relieves a lot of financial stress. When I first started trading, I owned multiple companies, and this is 10 years ago, and I blew a lot of my own money into the market. I lost a ton of money. And if I didn't have an income to support that, then number one, I wouldn't have been able to trade. But then it also would have been even more difficult. So yeah, I would say you want to have some kind of supplementary income to trading as well. Liliana says, yes, my husband's income. Well, now that you can trade on Top Step, the risk is quite low. $49 for an account. But just don't go crazy. Don't start resetting like crazy. Don't do that. If you got your 5 free Top Step X accounts, you can't participate in getting a 6. There you go. Good news. 13 words per minute. Oh my goodness. That's like you're probably doing the pecking fingers, right? What is your broker for your own live account? I don't have a current live account right now for futures, but I would highly recommend going with AMP. AMP is who I'd recommend for a futures brokerage. You can, Ninja Trader's fine, Trade of 8's fine, but AMP will beat any of those commission rates. AMP is the best. What kind of companies did you run? Brands. Build up brands and sell them. To answer your question there, Trill Bacon. Carl, I want to know your OnlyFans account. So the question is, how do you get a Top Step X account? Today, it's going to be opening to the public. Make sure you tune into Top Step TV today when you're done here. So you're saying you make $13,500 since the beginning of this morning, but there's no trades on the monitor. I'm not seeing any trades on your screen. Well, right now I have my sim account selected over here. So let me switch it over to whatever account I used. What did I trade this on? Let me find that here. Looking for that. There we go. And we got to squeeze it in tighter there. There we have it. There's our trade. That was for, who was that? Chart Language. If I always show my trades live all the time, it's nice to see the trades good for us to see the green and the red triangles. Feels good. Yep. There we go. So there's our trade. From thusly to thusly. There you go. But yeah, I had it, I had closed Ninja Trader and I reopen it. It automatically defaults to my sim. And that's a protection thing. I saved my layout to automatically select my drop down for my sim account. And that's a protection thing because, and I highly recommend this for you folks out there. If you're using Ninja Trader, save your layout with Sim 101 selected. That way you always have to cognizantly select the account that you're wanting to trade. It's a nice little hack there. It's a good little hack. But yeah, the reason why it wasn't showing is that if you change the account from the drop down, it's only going to show you the account that you traded on. I appreciate you. Thank you, Chris. What are those moving average lines? Let's see, hourly high, hourly low. It's a custom indicator. And it just, I mean, it's one of my favorite things to, it just gives me, like, the way that I look at Bookmap is the same way that I use this. It's kind of like, it's just a quick bird's eye, just snaps in my brain type of thing. I don't know. It's just easy for me to read. Really easy for me to read. How do you save the layout on Ninja, please? Workspaces is the menu item you want to use. And then you just do save as, and you name it. Rips, do you think RSI is a good indicator on NQ as a bottom picker, top picker when it is at extreme levels? Not necessarily. The only RSI strategy that I did like, that I did actually employ in trading that was profitable for me was RSI divergence. That was it. Not using RSI naked. Just divergence there. 50K accounts do not work well with the NQ. The MNQ is the way to go. Yeah, I agree. Yesterday we had 5 big moves. Total of all 5 were 4,500-ish ticks. That's worth $1 million if you hit all 3 on 3 XFAs with max size. Wow. Look at that. Rhett's doing the homework in here. $1 million. Can you imagine that? Oh my gosh. I mean, it's going to happen the longer that Top Step is around. I mean, somebody's going to do it. Hopefully it's me. I mean, that would be cool. But yeah. What are you looking for on Bookmap to make your trades? I mean, that's a loaded question right there. There's a lot of different things that I'm looking for. The best, have you checked out, O'Keefe, have you checked out the Bookmap webinar in here since you're in the Discord? That's where I would start. That kind of gives the bird's eye view. And okay. I mean, that's kind of where you start. We're going to have a momentum webinar on Bookmap. And that's going to go into more of some of the stuff that I've been talking about lately on stream. We'll go into that a little bit more. RSI equals really silly indicator. Again, if it works for you, it works for you. Great. Fantastic. Rips, I have 3 XFA already, but I wonder how should I deal all 3 accounts? You trade differently, different setups in each account or different assets or whatever. So, here's the deal. If you have 3 XFAs, you can handle it a lot of different ways. You can copy across all 3, but then you run the risk that if you have a bad run of trades, because, bad trades can come in groups. You have a bad run of trades, you maybe don't get out of the starting gate. You lose all 3 of those XFAs, and that's a shame, right? It depends on what your financial situation is, where you are in your life, how important, making money is to you. Some folks are of the financial position where, if they lost 3 XFAs, it's not a big deal. They'll get 3 more, not a big deal. So you have to ask yourself, what's your financial situation, number one? If you're of the camp where these 3 XFAs are important to you, I would simply trade one at a time. And don't even focus on the fact that you have 3. Just look at that you have 1 funded account and do your best to trade that funded account. Now, you're going to learn a lot from that first account. Let's say that you have some missteps. You can take what you learned from that first account and you can use that in your second account. You blow that second account, you still have a third one. That should give you the confidence of not running through these accounts, but trading them one at a time and trading them carefully. And hopefully you don't blow through 2 of them. Hopefully you keep that just that original one and you have 2 waiting off in the wings. Maybe when you gain some more confidence, you're doing really, really well. Maybe you start copying on a second one. So you're trading 2 at once. But I would say take it slow. Take it slow. There's no timer with trading, especially when you're on the XFAs. You pay 1 lifetime fee. That's it. So I would say take it slow. Take it slow. Should I put 5 contracts at opening? Looks so good for green opening. Depends on what your risk tolerance is. 5 contracts is a lot in the NQ. It's $100 a point. It's a lot. Levels to look for. Good question. Let's go jump over here. Here's our levels. 769 right here. Topping level, 797 3/4. We have had what it looks like to me, some rejection here at the highs, which is similar to what we saw yesterday, right? Very similar to what we saw. Rejection at this area. This is actually, for full transparency, I took a long yesterday. We bounced off 30s. I was short there, covered in my combine accounts for a loss. Went long here and took it to, went long at 710s, took it to 737s or so, covered, and then was looking for this breakout trade of 797. Took 2 trades, got dumped on, took another trade, and then got dumped on again. And I shared that with the Discord group yesterday. But yeah, I was trying to force a trade, to be honest with you. I was forcing a trade and I was distracted. And I was trading on emotions rather than trading with what has carried me this far in my trading, which is not what I was doing. I wasn't trading a setup. I was trading off of emotions, off of what I wanted out of the market. And it was just a misstep. And that's why I'm not trading my live today. It's a misstep and it's inexcusable. Like I said, and it's not me being 1% better. I got to be in the doghouse today. If I include last week, so 4 weeks, my RSI strat has got me 315 points. You don't want this 31,500? Hey, there you go. Hey, if it's working for you, it's working for you. Do you have any clue when Top Step X is going to make that switch for the micros? It's coming. It's coming. I would say within the next 3 months. What's the difference between XFA and Combine? Combine, you don't get paid out on. XFA, you do get paid out on. What are the blue levels of these blue lines? This is the volume profile. And these levels, these teal levels, are the market clubhouse levels that we give out every single day in the morning memo. Seeing your trades help us say, oh, at that point, thought I was going to do this. So it becomes like a market marker for us. I don't know. Yeah. Do I read Atomic Habits? I have the book and I don't think I've finished it. I haven't had a lot of time to read lately. I've been reading some Market Wizards books on my Kindle in bed, but I've been so exhausted lately. I start reading it. I fell asleep and I woke up and the Kindle was smacking me in the face. Yeah, I've been very exhausted lately. So yeah, I have the hard copy version of Atomic Habits. It's literally out in my living room right now. FOMO never helps, remember, guys. Yeah, FOMO is the worst. I broke so many rules in that trade yesterday on the Top Step TV. I broke every rule that I have. It was embarrassing. I was disgusted with myself. I literally was like, oh man, Rips, what are you doing? But it's, we're human. We fall into that trap every now and again. I've been doing this for a long time. We still fall into our traps. It's recognizing that you're the one at fault, standing up for yourself and saying, I'm going to make a change to be better. That's how we grow as traders. You don't sit here and say, oh, well, the market, or go and talk smack to somebody on the internet. No, you don't do that. Focus on yourself and you say, I'm going to be a better version of myself. This was not my best version of myself. I'm going to be better. That's all you need to do. That's where real growth comes from. That's how you grow in this. We literally black out. I mean, I was seeing what I wanted to see, and it wasn't what the reality of the situation was. Can you explain how to get paid out and what you have to do on the XFA to get paid? You just trade it. I mean, 5 days of $200 or more, and you can request a payout. Simple as that. No games or gimmicks. It's just build up the account, request a payout. That's it. Are you seeing anything on Bookmap that backs up why we're holding the 690 level? No, it's just a clubhouse level. 769 level is kind of, are you talking about, which level did you say? 69, 769? Yeah, I mean, it's a clubhouse level. We're looking at the volume profile. There's a lot of liquidity that's kind of resting there, but I'm not seeing anything particular in the Bookmap that is suggesting that, but we are kind of holding here. We do have about 5 minutes here until the open. I want to see what this opening range brings us here. How do we see open interest? You can go on the CME's website. They have open interest updated every single morning. Do we get paid daily in the XFA, or is it still 5 days? Every 5 days, you can request a payout. If you have 5 profitable days, you can request a payout. And then after you have 30 profitable days, it's you do whatever you want. You can request a payout whenever you want. After 30 profitable days, you can pull out whenever you want. I was in the same boat yesterday. I was up 1,400 and then lost it all and more. Yep, definitely. I'm disgusted with myself. It felt way too easy when I made the money. I wanted one more Rips revenge trading caught the best of me. Yeah, I'm with you. Alina. Good to see you. Good morning. I'm with you. It's, we have emotions. We are human. But it's all about being honest with yourself and standing up to yourself and saying, I made a mistake, therefore I can fix this mistake. If you act like a child and you start blaming it on other people, other things, you're not going to grow. It's all on me. The reason why I lost money yesterday was because of me. I made the mistake. So I have to fix that mistake. And that's what I'm going to do moving forward. Simple as that. That's how you grow. It's called being honest with yourself. After 30 days, you can pull out daily. It doesn't have to be in continued. Yeah, no. Your profit days can be whenever. It's any 5 profitable days. I mean, you can have 4 losing days, 1 profitable day, another losing day, another profitable day, 2 more profitable days. It's just any 5 days of $200 or more. I had a get in and get out, go home mentality yesterday. I love that. That's fantastic. Get in, get out, get on with your life. Oh my gosh, that is creepy. I might have to get rid of that one. I'm sorry. That's just creeping me out. It's funny, but it's creeping me out. Sorry. That was creeping me out way too much. Tom Hogard on off day. Patrick Whelan on off day. Rips is here with me. There you go. Good to see you there, trader Simpang Tiga. Good to see you. It's not you against the market, it's you against yourself. Yep, exactly right. It is always going to be you against you, and there's nobody coming to save you. Yeah, never play the victim. Exactly. Never blame the market. Never blame anybody but yourself. Did you say there's an activation fee for the XFA and how much? Yep, it's a one-time fee of $149. You never have to pay another fee after that. It's all yours. Just been listening to Top Step music. Quite good. There you go. If you trade less than 5 seconds, you're going to be penalized by Top Step. Not that I know of. There's been some kind of thing floating around, but I mean, they have one rule. The one rule is don't hit your max drawdown. That's what they call it. One step, one rule. Why is it that I can pass a 50K but never 150K? It's, it's mental game for sure, but it's, you have to trade bigger size probably and have bigger trades. You got to hit $9,000 versus $3,000. It's 3 times the amount. No, you have to 1 second trade. I'm not sure. Maybe it's 1 second trades. Yeah, I'm sure that they just don't want like high frequency trading algorithms trying to scam their system. But yeah, I've never heard of a minimum trade time either there, Loxy. Is there a trailing drawdown on the XFA? Yeah, it's end of day. And it stops trailing once you hit, in the 50K account, it's once you hit $2,000 or $3,000 and $4,500 in the 150K. All right, everybody, here we go. 1 minute. 1 minute here. 1 minute, everybody. I want to try to see if we can just get some nice, relaxing, smooth trades here off the open. We'll see. We'll see what the market gives us. There's a crackdown on prop firms for U.S. traders in the Forex space. Any chance that if it will hit the fan for futures as well? No. Top Step is never going to have that issue. They play ball with all of the regulators. They have nothing to hide. I can't say for other futures prop firms out there because I think that there's a little bit of funny business going on with some of these other companies, but I think Top Step is good to go. Trading a new combine. Yeah, I'm not gonna touch the ones that I passed. That's for sure. So yeah, we'll be trading in a new combine. Yep, Fed speaker, 30 minutes. In 5 seconds here. There we go. Good luck, everybody. Wow, markets are jostling around here at the open. Look at this whipping range here. So we are through 800s. This thing is going crazy. What a squeeze, my goodness. Huge squeeze through 800s. Big burst of volatility to the top side here. I'm going to try a long here. And, nobody can see this. I don't have the right accounts. Like, hold on 1 second. Let me manage this trade first. I have my other combine selected, so. Okay, I got stopped out. Let me fix this real quick. Okay. So Goolsby is talking right now. So he's actually being a little bit dovish. I'm just listening to his. He is a non-voter, though. I'm going to try another long here. I want to see this breakout of these 800s and hold. Inflation can be a bit higher, but still on track. We need to see a breakout here. I want to see this run all the way up to the 30s. So watching here at the tippy tops. I'm going to add. There we go. Nice add. Beautiful. Big sweep up to the top side here. Gorgeous. Adding into that for the sweep up to the 30s now. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's get this continuation all the way up to the 20s now. Let's see if we can avoid a nice little flushacito. That was a big rip of liquidity there to the top side. Let's see if we can hold these fives. Apple's not exactly holding here. Yeah, should have covered. Might get stopped out here. Should have covered there up towards the 20s. Let's see if we can get a little refresher here. Get back above fives. Get through this whipping volatility. Yeah, hungry eyes again. Getting the best of me. Might get stopped out here. That was a big burst of volatility. My eyes were up at the 30s there. So stopped out on that one. So taking a little bit of loss there. Hungry eyes got the best of me on that one, unfortunately. Yeah, I could have covered there up at towards those 20s. We had a harsh rejection here. I was trading for the follow through. So looking for not a topping tail there. Hey, nice work there, World CEO. There you go. Very, very nice. So let's see whether or not we get tooled back down into this fair value gap area, if this is going to hold. If it does, we might have another trade to put on here. And again, I'd be looking for this to clear up into the 30s. I'm adding into that here. We are perking back above the 800s. Try this again here. Getting a nice little squeeze. Just have to be worried about any kind of pullbacks here. Watching here the 800s. We are holding. Move my stop up a little bit more. And we're still not auctioning over that. So we may potentially get stopped out here. I want to see this holding above 798. Meta's strong. The rest of the NQ components are a little bit weak. And I actually want to get my stop a little bit tighter just in case. Because if this is weak, I want to definitely look to potentially taking this to the short side here. Okay, so stopped out there. Again, we are looking at these topping tails that are being extraordinarily difficult to trade around here. So we're just going to take a little breather for now. We did have a nice healthy profit there on that one, but it just didn't take profit because I was looking for the 30s. Very, very choppy opening here to start us off. So I might try fewer contracts and a wider risk, but I want to see first if we get confirmation that we are going to hold the S&Ps down in this area. So coming back down here. If we went all the way down to 769 and we found some strength down there, could be interested in trying a long from there. We are in the midpoint of this fair value gap as well. So S&P is rejecting just above 5,000 here. Still getting some tremendous sell side coming in. There's through the halfway point of this fair value gap. Apple is showing some tremendous weakness alongside Microsoft. I'm going to try a short here. And I want to add into this if we get back above 790 or so. So watching for this continuation to the downside now. So caution flag will go out around 769 as well. Adding an ad there. Got filled again. Trying to get some ads here at 79.5. Okay, nice little flush down. This is the area where we want to see a huge flush. Right at the 70s. So watching for this right here at the 70s. It's having some weakness here right at the 70s. This is a riskier trade. The 70s are usually where we're going to bounce. But if we get this flush, it should be tremendously strong through this area. So watching right here through the 70s. This is a big bounce area. There's that big bounce, for instance. And stopped out on that. Yeah, that's the risk we run there. I was going for some large contract sizes. We have the potential of bouncing at that. If we do flush that area there, there's a good chance that we would sweep down. So we'll have to see if those 70s actually hold or not. Again, this is what I'm looking at here on my charts. So trying to get that break through the 70s there. Let's see if we can get more of that liquidity to the downside. If those 70s hold, then we're potentially looking at putting up some new highs here on this market. So we have to be watching for that. So right now, 769 is kind of holding. And this is, again, that same area that we're watching here. If this breaks down, tremendous strength. See if we get any kind of bounce here. Watching here at these 80s. Stops are not working, top step X. Oh my goodness. Look at that. There you go. Got 4,000 profit. Nice work there, Justin. Way to go. That's awesome. So watching for this up at the 780s here. I can go into that again, looking for the 69 to break down. So watching for this clean break. Look at there's a huge player there at 70s. They're not wanting to let this go. This is like breaking through a big wall here. Huge amount of liquidity that we're trying to wrestle through. Insane amounts of liquidity here. I'm going to add into that in case we do get the sweep down. Insane amounts of liquidity, like at these 70s. Insane amounts here. Again, this is absolutely insatiable bid support here. It's a good chance we'll get stopped out, but if we do break through this liquidity, I can hold this on for a longer trade here, potentially going down to 37s or so. So watching for this potentially to get down to the 37 area. If we do break these 60s, there we go. 60s are snapped. Looking for a potential add into this. Watching on a pushback up. I'm going to add into that right there. Look at all of this bid side liquidity. This is incredible. So much bid side liquidity here. This is right into the VWAP now. Same thing with the S&Ps. This is right into the VWAP. So if we do get this flush to the downside, this is going to be tremendous here. Right on the VWAP, S&Ps as well. Nice flush there through the 50s. If we break 50s, I want to get an add in here. Yeah, adding to that, full size, beautiful. Gorgeous. And that's max on that, so we'll have to take that down. Nice. There we go. So covered on that one. Beautiful. Wonderful. Anybody catch that short there? That was, I mean, we're trying to get that break. Missed it a couple times, but finally got it there. Nice. There we go. Awesome. Up $1,300. Very good. It's a little flush in the VWAP and then a little bit of a rejection here. So very, very nice. Love to see that. Again, this is what this looks like over here. So if this continues breaking down, you know, if we can get down to 37s, I do want to see if there's a potential reversal down there. The Magnificent 7 is just bleeding right now, though. It is bleeding like crazy. Mag 7 is, we got a bleeder. We got a bleeder. What movie is that? That's something about Mary, right? We got a bleeder. Oh, goodness. World CEO is down 800. Now up 400. Got it all back. Plus 400. Nice work there, World CEO. Very, very nice. Love to see that. Good stuff there. Very good stuff. Very, very nice there. So I'm going to be waiting to see whether or not we break back into this 69 level here. So just a little update here on the P&L. We're at 12.7 now. So lost on 2 trades and made money on one of them. So sitting pretty. And we'll have to see whether or not this continues to shake in our direction here. Okay, Goolsby just saying inflation is coming down. It's quite clear to see that. This is his words, not mine. Pretty wild, right? Taking my profit and going to the beach. Thanks, Rips. No greed there. Nice work there, Trader Joe. Way to go. How'd you get your beans above your frame? Oh, I love that. I love that. That's hilarious. Yeah, big old bounce right around the VWAP there. We can see that right here. Big old bounce. Ribs, I got a suggestion here from someone about a toss. It's a very nice platform to trade. I've never used it before, but I've heard very good things about it. Might be the best long I ever traded now, just up 1,100. Nice work there, different trader. Yes, the giveaway did happen. We already gave away that free combine. It was DC who won that. SMCI is up 7%. NVIDIA was up. It was ripping to the top side, up $736 was the ticker price. But it has since peeled back to around 733 halves here. So this is starting to look like we have a little bit of exhaustion here. Just a touch. A small touch of exhaustion. So we will have to see if we get any kind of rejection here up towards the point of control, rested above 80s. What indicator are you using, Rips? Above me is Bookmap, and over here is TradingView. No indicators, except for VWAP, I guess. Call Bookmap an indicator, I suppose. Apple's still face planning here, Amazon as well. Seeing if we have any more exhaustion on the buy side here. This market is resilient, if not anything, right? It really is having trouble. I'm going to take that short. Having trouble falling over, so to speak. Watching for this now through the 60s. Pumping right back up to these 70s here. This is a big area. That could have been a quick little draw of liquidity there. Well, something just changed in the tape. Somebody started buying. S&P's tooling straight back up here. Okay, I want to see if we get weakness into these 80s. If we are, I'm going to add into this. So watching for this weakness just below the 80s. Adding into that. And waiting for this to weaken at the adding into that for weakness at 75s here. I want to see this flush now right below 70s. Can we get that pushed down through the 70s? And still wants to wrestle towards the 80s here. And stopped out on that one. So tried to get that little quick scalp breakdown of 70s. Didn't quite get there. So giving back a little bit more of our profit there on that one. Brings us to 11.8. All right, so we are pushing up. This thing is still very, very strong. S&Ps are strong. So we want to evaluate how we can best trade around this price action here. We are blasting through that point of control. This market is going to make new highs. We want to be here for it. So Microsoft, big bounce. NVIDIA's heading for new highs here as well. I don't know what's going on here. What's going on here? Why can't I open a trade? Am I using the right account here? Let's try this. Anybody else having issues with NinjaTrader at all? Strange. All right, we'll try this again. All right, so NVIDIA is on highs here at 737. Only Top Step X having issues on that? Okay. All right, let's try this again. We are holding these 80s. Watching here, seeing if we, there we go. It's working. I want to add in through the 90s if we have this continued strength here. I want to see follow through up through 17,800. Having a little bit of a struggle here. S&Ps are still showing some strength. NVIDIA is still super strong. I'm going to add into that 4 lots here. Looking for this break up into the 90s now. Nice little break up into the 90s. Do we have continuation? If we do, we can try to get 10 more points all the way up to 800s here. Adding into that for this push up through 800s. Want to see this clear through 95 here. Watching here right at these 90s. A little bit of a flush down. Housing is still the biggest piece of the ongoing struggle with inflation, according to Goolsby. We are still holding these 80s for now. Mid 80s, little bounce here. If we do start to break out, we will get a straight shot up to 800s here. So that's what I'm trying to time on this one. So looking for that straight shot up to 800s here. A little bit of liquidity pre-90s. We might get flushed out. I'm going to bring up my stop a little bit more here, just in case. A little bit of weakness and NVIDIA's small pullback here, so we might get stopped out on that one there. I'm just trying to trade around this momentum for now. Doing the best we can with what we have on our plate here. So I want to see if we actually get a little bit of strength here back at 769. If we do, then I want to try to take another trade here. Stops are working on Top Step X. Good to know. This is what this looks like right now, by the way. I think I missed my ad there down towards the 70s. Goolsby talking about that if China had a recession, there would be a risk of a recession in the U.S. That seems very, very hawkish to be saying there. We're trading the March contracts here. You can see that right on my screen. MAR, March. These are the March contracts. All right, so we are coming back down into the VWAP here. We are seeing the S&P starting to roll over a touch, giving back a little bit of these NVIDIA earlier pops and gains. Apple's rolling over. Microsoft's rolling over a touch here. So we do break through the VWAP. We can get aggressive on this to the downside here. That's what I'll be looking for on this trade. So trying to get through this bottoming area. Adding into that for this break of 50s now. Trying to be aggressive. See if we break these 50s to the downside here. Without a bounce. A little bit of a bounce here back up towards 60s. Same kind of deal. We flushed towards the VWAP. Move my stop up. Flushed up towards the VWAP and kind of got same kind of thing happen there. So stopping out on that one. Just trying to get aggressive, but we keep on getting aggressive at the wrong areas here. Hey, Rips, I'm the guy that made the comment about Monopoly money yesterday, and they blocked me for the day. Regardless, I realized I got to quit joking, trolling, and going to refrain from that. Hey, thanks for apologizing. Appreciate that. I mean, I think you're fine. I'm not in control of Top Step over there. I just think they try to keep the trolling to a minimum. So, still chopping around. Look at these topping and bottoming tails. Still sort of chopping around here. Nothing really in the way of big resolution trades. And that's kind of what I'm looking for on a lot of these. Big resolution trades. That's what I'd like to see. Yep, so there we go. Brings us down to $7,400 there. So here's these 50s again. Let's see if we can actually snap through these this time. We have room down to 37 if we do. All right, trying to short here. At these lows again for a sweep of 50s. I want to add into this if we have a bounce. I'm keeping my stop pretty tight here. We have a bounce up towards 65, doing a nice little add. There it is, up towards 65. Yeah, I see that player that's aggressive at the 50s, but if they let loose there, there's a chance that we can sweep pretty low on this. And that's what I'm gunning for on this one. I'm keeping my stop super tight, though. Yeah, I'm going to stop out there. Stop right below 70. So giving back a little bit more there. We'll have to see whether or not we can actually get some clean resolution, clean failure, as we are kind of wrestling around these prints. I think 730s are next. I'm just trying to time this appropriately, right? I'm just really trying to work with the timing on these trades, trying to keep my stops relatively tight. And we are looking to try this again for this flush through 50s. So looking for this flush through 50s. Goolsby chopping up the players. That's what he does best, right? That's what he does best. Why is NASDAQ index and the mini complete going opposite directions? I'm not seeing that. You probably have a delay on your charts. Will everyone get the top step for 450? No, it's only 1,000 people who would win the drawing that can get that. All right, let's see if we can actually get this flush below. Right now, there's a huge amount of players that are kind of holding up these 50s. But like I said earlier, if we actually break below this, this is kind of right where the S&P is looking to kind of break down as well. We're just kind of chopping in this range for the time being. Yeah, refresh your page if you're experiencing any kind of lag as well. Yeah, markets are pretty indecisive here. We are having, I mean, these tails are extraordinary, right? These tails right here, these tails right here. Extraordinary, extraordinary tails. So we'll have to see. You know, it might be something where we just kind of wait until around 10:30 to trade. How do we enter the top step drawing? It already happened. Already happened. I think it needs to break through either top or bottom until we know for sure which direction we'll go. Yeah, we were kind of breaking down that 769 level, and I was looking for those 50s to give out because we get a straight shot from the 50s down to the 30s. So that's what I was looking for on that. And, you know, unfortunately, it's just didn't resolve. That's going to happen from time to time. Well, we're keeping stops tight, just trading around this range. If we have rejection up here at the 70s, I'm going to try this once more. If this doesn't work, we'll probably just take a little breather here. There's no spread there on Top Step X or on what? What'd you read on Bookmap right now? There's a lot of liquidity at 790 and above. What would you say is happening? I mean, we're just trying to find fair value right now. And there's a lot of liquidity at those 50s. We break through that, then everything starts to fall out. In my opinion, everything's being propped up right now by NVIDIA, because that's the only strength out of the Mag 7 here. We still are weak up through these 70s. Hey, good to see you, GB. Take care. We'll see you next time. Try this one here. Keep my stop again super, super tight. Whether or not we break down these 69 levels, go below that, back into these 50s, that is kind of the trade that we're looking for here. Yeah, this is the big range that we had from yesterday. This is a very, very big area of liquidity. But based on the commentary out of Goolsby, I do think that we will get seeing this auction much lower here. And that's what I'm banking on, is that we get the auction much lower there, down through 750 or so. That's what I'm banking on. But it's very choppy. It's very, very choppy, right? Seeing if we get this breakdown of these 60s here. Point of control is right now at 785 halves. It's that purple line on my chart there. Yeah, right now still being propped up. Got our stop pretty tight here. Again, we're just looking for this breakdown of these 69s. So if it doesn't want to break down, we just get stopped out. In this market that Top Step provides their spreads, no, it's the real futures. Spreads are scams in FX. It's total scams. People who are trading on FX prop firms are getting scammed. Sorry to say it, but it's the truth. That's why they're all getting shut down. But the actual spread that you're seeing in the futures market is the real futures market spread. That's what you're going to see. So this is pushing up to that the lower end of that fair value gap here. Oops, drawing on my chart. Look at these wicks, by the way. Look at this is on the 15-minute. Look at these wicks. How insane these are on both ends. Very indecisive market there. By the way, I drew those circles myself. I've traded NQ for around 2 years, and this kind of formation is the hardest to guess. I call it the funnel. I like that. You know, we're pretty close to being stopped out again. I've been trying to short this repeatedly, stopped out there. I've been trying to short and just not getting the trade to resolve in my favor there. If we look over the S&Ps as well, let's see here. Show you folks this. Look at the S&Ps here. Same kind of deal. Look at this range in the S&Ps. This right here. Yikes. That is disgusting. As I say that, now we finally get this massive rib. All right, so we got a breakout of a lot of these shorts that were going short on that. We're seeing a bit of... NVIDIA is just going crazy. By the way, NVIDIA is what is responsible for this. That's giving us this continuation to the top side here. I don't know what happened there. I got immediately stopped out for a $26 profit. I'm not sure what that is. What does that mean? You got $26 of profit. Congratulations. Wow, great. Did I have my stop reversed on that? That was weird. I don't know what's happening there. I immediately got stopped out for a profit of $26 on that trade. Alrighty. All right, let's go back to the NAS here. Netflix is going up too. Yeah, we're seeing Meta, Amazon, NVIDIA all kind of tooling up to the north side here. But we're not seeing follow through and continuation. You can see these wicks, right? We're not seeing continuation and follow through yet. See if we get back above 17,800 here. Try a long for this breakout, and if we can actually hold above it. So I'm watching here for a little bit of a breakout to the north side. 17,800. Knock, knock. Let's see. It may want to go here. Apple, a little bit of a bounce, but you know, this can easily, just as fast as we're heading up to this level, it can easily reject here as well. Why trade XFA instead of live accounts? Isn't Combine the point of practice and get better? What do you mean? You can trade 3 XFAs and only trade 1 live. XFAs you can copy 3 times. So that's the benefit of trading XFAs. Clawed back from 1900. Nice work there, Keaton. Love to see that. What's the difference between XFA and Combine? Combine you don't get paid out on. XFA you do. You can take payouts on your XFA. That's the big deal. BOE's Governor Bailey is speaking. Okay, let's see. And stopped out there. Wow, big flush. Yeah, this is just, we're completely range bound here. Nothing's really happening. How many trades do you take in a day? Do you set a limit for yourself? If I'm just trading on my own, I try to probably do realistically maybe 4 trades in a given day, if that. Sometimes maybe 2 trades, maybe 1. It depends. You know, I'm usually just waiting for really, really clean setups, and that's where I'm putting my equity in play. Unless, you know, if I'm distracted like I was yesterday. That was not a good example there. XFA can get paid. What's the difference between XFA and live? Live is hitting the market. XFA is not. Is there a max you can make on XFAs before they limit payouts? No, even though the terms say something like 20,000, no. When you get 50,000 balance in your XFAs, they do move you over to a live. Yeah. That's what they do. They do move you on over there. Yeah, I'm just scalping around this range. Not really much is happening in my favor here. Is what it is. Ribs, can we cancel my 15-minute today? I have no accounts currently because my problem is I'm too emotional. And when I start to lose, I pile on the contracts to make it back. And then I lose. I always start with 1 and tell myself to be okay. With a 50-tick stop, then I go and I'm going turbo. I'm working on it. We can still do it. Yeah, we could still do it. I think that we could still do that. And we could talk about that. Ribs, please tell MP to bring back position history on the chart on Top Step X. Is it not in there anymore? Is it not there? How come you don't take longer term trades over a couple hours? They tend to have better resolution. I do. Absolutely. On my live, I've had multiple trades where multiple hours. I think my longest trade on my live account is about 3.5 hours, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Like 3.5 hours, maybe even longer, because I think I actually had one that was overnight. So like an 8-hour trade. I don't limit myself. I don't ever paint myself into a corner and say, I only do this. I never do that. Does the 50K in XFAs include all the XFAs you're trading, or is it per account? I think it's all of them. I don't think it's 50 per account. It's all of them combined. Yeah, we are just chopping. Chop, 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 chop. Chop suey here. When you say tight stops, what are you thinking? I'm only doing like 10 handle stops here. Very, very tight. Because I'm looking for a resolution and follow through. That's all I'm looking for. That's it. And again, I'm trading in all combines here. They're $150 a pop. They're a snack. So, I mean, I'm not taking the most legendary setups on any of these things, and I'm just trying to trade around this range here. 10 handles is how many ticks? 40. 40 ticks. So they move you up to live. Do you lose all your XFAs and have to start over? No, that's your money. The money that you had goes into live, and you're allowed to take a payout when they move you over into live. You do lose the XFAs, but I mean, get 3 more, right? You just get 3 more. Simple as that. Look at that. We are driving back up here. Let's see. We'll try another breakout trade. See if we get this breakout above 17,800. See if we actually get this breakthrough. This breakout here of 17,800. Up 130K trading sim with 300 contracts. Well, there you go. Amazing. We're just hitting a wall here at 17,800. If we actually get through this, then we can get this pretty speedy here. Pretty speedy to the top side. Would love to see that. Yesterday, I wish I held on to my trade. I was up 7K and closed out, but I left it running. Would have been up 30K. What was that? An XFA there, Vincent? There we go. Through 800. Aren't you chasing a bit today? I'm trading combines. Couldn't care less, to be honest. Already passed 3 combines, you know. Have 3 XFAs, have a live. It's all the same to me. Couldn't care less. And we are ripping to the top side here. Up 807, looking for 810s. Yeah, I would still say liquid flows. I would still say let's do it. You know, I'd say let's do it. Still, there's still going to be value there, in my opinion. I would say go for it. That would be my feedback. %80 long right now in Top Step X. Very nice. Thanks for sharing that. Close it out because it's on a combine. Oh, well, there you go. If it's on a combine, then, who really cares, right? And we are pushing higher here. Are we going to break out on high of day? Is the question. Looking for these 810s. This is where we had resistance, prior resistance. So, this thing is just squeezing like... NVIDIA is just nuts, by the way. NVIDIA is absolutely insane. See if we get a pull back here to 810s and still some strength. Had a big seller at 815s there. Yeah, 815s, a little bit of resistance. Seeing if we actually have this pushing back up through the 810s here. Do we have resistance, or is this going to be follow through? Bailey just said we're seeing signs of a growth pickup. So take that as you will. See if we're holding here right at these 800s. And looking like we might have a failed auction there up at 815. Lower yield curve is helping. That's from Governor Bailey. Wow, big flush here. Wow, no follow through in this market. Look at, again, these topping tails. Absolutely zero follow through in this market. It's insane. If I start a new combine, can I use Top Step X? Yeah, you should be able to starting today. You just select it as the option. Should be the top option there. 5,000 on S&P seems to be holding us down. Yeah, I agree with you. 100%. I do agree with you. Apple's coming down. Everything's coming down here. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. NVIDIA, slight little pullback here. Now they're stuffing 795s. Yeah, what a range. What an open. What a crazy open. Julia says, I'm going to leave it for today. Max profit on one combine. Way to go there. 305 on profit on the second one to get over the 1K mark. So I'm done. See you all tomorrow. Give it up here for Julia's. Nice work there. So we're back above 800. And again, this might be the area that we reject on because we rejected earlier at 815s. This is just one of the most indecisive opens we've seen in a hot minute here. And very choppy garbage, unfortunately. Microsoft isn't able to clear over the VWAP. We have weakness out of Google. Doesn't look like anything wants to hang on here. Yeah, this range is something. That's very true. You're onto something there. This range is something, isn't it? I'm picking back up towards these 790s again. I try and add here if we can break through these 800s. Try to get a little spicy here. Try to do a little flip above 800s if we can get there. Having a little bit of trouble getting follow through this morning. Some of my sights aren't set really high on this. Very tight range here, but if we do break out of these 800s, there's potential we can run back up to 815s. And I just got tagged there, the 88s. Yeah, nothing happening. Just a lot of range. Just a lot of nonsense. Is what it is, folks. I think in this type of range, you really have to be scalping or, trading smaller contracts there. As long as we stay within the 15-minute range, I won't touch it. Remember the past couple of days. Yeah, this is just range-bound garbage here. This is it right here. Range-bound garbage. That stuff right there. Not a very advantageous trade. And the S&P is even worse. If we look at the S&P here. There's the S&P. Even worse. Look at that. Look at this range. Yuck. 5,000 is indeed holding us back. That was somebody in the chat that said that. And so... is what it is, folks. We've been streaming here for just over 2 hours. If you enjoyed the stream today, make sure you are hitting that thumbs up button. Make sure you are subscribed to the stream. We'll be back tomorrow here on YouTube. It's just range bound and nothing really worth trading. Tried a couple combines on trading some stuff, but passed our combines though. That's all that matters. Pass some more combines and, got chopped up on some other combines. Such is life. But yeah, this is a choppy range. Really not much to talk about. Tried to get a couple breakout trades. Unfortunately, didn't go in our favor here in this choppiness. But that's the story today. And we'll have to come back tomorrow and see if there's a more advantageous market to trade here. Alrighty, folks. I'll see you folks bright and early tomorrow. We'll do another giveaway tomorrow, so make sure you're sticking around for that. I'll see you folks bright and early here on YouTube at 8 a.m. sharp. I hope everybody has a great day. Take care, everyone. Have a very safe and disciplined day today.